Hello everyone, thank you for joining us today for Club All Access Sensory Box Making. Today we're going to show you how to make creative sensory boxes that your children will want to play with all day long. The ones we're making today are tabletop sensory boxes. Sensory boxes can be large or small, depending on whether you want your child to get in. They can be dry sensory boxes or they can be wet sensory boxes, depending on what your child likes. First, we're going to start off with things we need for our sensory boxes. You're going to need a plastic container. Once again, if you want it small or large, these are all tabletop. Then we're going to use what we call our fillers. Fillers are things that you probably have at home, like rice, beans, things like that. So the sensory box we're going to be demonstrating today is going to be our Sea Life sensory box. We're going to start off with our filler, which will be rice. What I'm going to have Stephen do today is dye our white rice. The rice, as you can see, will represent our water. So Stephen will go ahead and put his rice into a white plastic bag, and he will go ahead and coat it with his blue Temporal paint. Okay guys, so once your rice has been completely coated with the paint, now it's time to take your rice out to dry. What I normally do is lay it out on a plastic bag in my backyard. That way it's easy, the sun dries it very easily. I make sure it's spread out evenly. Once your rice is dry, then you would take it in and then you would add it to your sensory bin. Stephen, do you mind adding our rice into our sensory bin? So while Stephen is doing that, what I'm going to tell you now is what really brings your sensory bin to life is plant-like objects. Today I have what's called a plastic grass patch. They come out Easter, you can find them in the stores and you can peel them off, put them back on, use them for many things, but I use them for my sensory box. So Stephen is going to go ahead and fill in our sensory box, just give it a little life with the plants, which represents in this sensory box our Sea Life plants. And once he gets that all filled in, then he can start filling in all of the Sea Life animals into the sensory bin. Starting to come alive. So we'll come back to and let Stephen go ahead and finish that one. We'll come back to it. Next, you will see the same technique was done on this sensory box, which the rice was dyed brown. This one is our forest, a desert, you can say, sensory box. This one is filled with the same type of plant-like objects. Also, it's filled with all of the things you would see in the jungle. I've also made it more playful, put in the little military guys and military plants. You can fill it whatever you would like. The next one is a little different. The filler, I've used beans. Same thing, it's representing the dirt. And this one I made like a little horse pasture. I've used your green shredded paper as my hay. And then I just put, for the horse lovers, the horses on the pasture feeding on the hay. Next one, I use beans also. This is a really fun one. And with our sensory boxes, it's fun to use different tools. Kids love the different tools you can use for your fine motor skills. This one is a more of a planting. Spring, summer planting that I'm using once again is representing my dirt. And then they can just go ahead and fill in their plants. Once again, I also use funnels. Funnels are very good for the rice, also for your water sensory bins. Stephen, are you ready down there?
I am.
Let's go back and see what Stephen has put together. How does our Sea Life sensory box look? Looks pretty good to me. So guys, that is it for today on our sensory boxes. Thank you for joining us, and I hope you have a great time making your sensory boxes. Bye.